How's everybody doing? Welcome to Bengals Army. I'm Dusty. I got YB ASOD with us. How you doing, bro?
Good, man. You appreciate you having me on, bro.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate you coming on, dude. I
For
remember when
sure.
that song dropped last year, I was just like, dude, this is awesome. This song had me hyped. It still does today.
Thank
And then
you.
you had the new one that dropped, and you got that on pretty much all platforms now, right? Where people can go
It'll be
download
on
it
there, hopefully on all platforms on Saturday. Right now, it's
on
just on
Saturday.
Twitter and it's on YouTube. Just like the audio's on YouTube, but it should be on Spotify, Apple, all that stuff by Saturday.
Heck yeah, dude, that's awesome. How long you been doing music and stuff for?
I mean, man, it's like I started when I was probably 15. I just turned 30, bro, in June, so
Yeah,
it's been a 15-year run, man.
heck yeah,
It's
yeah,
like it's almost like right when you think about quitting. It's like right when you think about being done is when stuff happens. So
yeah, dude. The song's awesome. I know a lot of people enjoy it, so it's nice having a voice out there. I know there's a handful of other people that's put some songs together, but that song, dude, it just hits and it's solid, bro. And then you drop the
appreciate
second
that.
one, but my cat's up here jumping on me. I didn't even want that cat. It's my wife and daughter's cat, but
Oh yeah, I don't like cats too much.
yeah, I don't either. I got a German Shepherd, and they just ignore each other. She'll mess around with her, but they just kind of ignore each other. So was you at the game last week?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get to meet Corey Dillon or any of the? I think Willie was down there. Travion. Did you bump into
I
any of those
didn't get to
guys?
meet I didn't get to meet Willie. I was probably 10 feet from Travion. I didn't actually get a chance to meet Travion. I think by the time I seen Travion, bro, I was pretty drunk by that time, man. I'm not a big drinker, so I was pretty drunk by the time I seen Travion, so I didn't want to embark, you know what I mean? But I did get to meet Corey. That was pretty cool. I got to meet Corey Dillon, bro. So that was awesome. Watching him growing up, watching him was pretty cool to see him in real life and see how big he actually is in real life, man, and realize like these running backs and stuff, like on the TV they look small, bro, but I wouldn't want to plug a gap that guy was running through. So
Oh no, dude, Travion looked it just beside normal people, dude. He looked big, bro. That
even
dude's neck
Travion looked
was,
big, yeah,
dude. He had like a wrestler boxer neck. He wasn't messing around.
for sure.
Yeah, Corey Dillon, dude. I would have loved to meet him. Unfortunately, work. Had work and I wasn't able to get it off in time. But Cincy James said, "Who day? How you doing, Cincy James? Man, thanks for tuning in."
What's up, bro?
Um, I know you guys did a show a little bit ago, didn't you?
Yeah, I was just on his show earlier. That's my guy.
Yeah, Cincy James is awesome, dude. Him and Greg, those guys. Yeah, how was the atmosphere? Because I was at the game last year against the Bills, and the atmosphere was phenomenal. It was probably the best atmosphere I've been to. And I really want to get back to this one, but wasn't able to make it happen. But it seemed awesome. Stripe the Jungle it looked stellar. It was crazy on TV.
It was bro, it was everything I expected plus more.
Yeah,
It was electric, man. Like I said, that's what made me even want to make a new one. Is that
yeah,
just being down there and seeing the fans and everybody from Twitter and meeting everybody, man. Like it was a really good time. Like being able to just walk around from tailgate to tailgate, and then kind of having people. I had some people say, I think I had one guy say, he was like, I think I know you. It was when I was over by Travion and them, and he was like, I think I know you. And then I was like, yeah, like they got to play us last year, and he was like, oh yeah. So then like once that, cause like even last year, like there was never a music video, like it was just highlights. So like a lot of people that just heard it never put a name to a face. So
yeah.
it was cool to see. It was cool to see people kind of figuring out who I was when they seen me or whatever. But yeah, man, it was electric, bro. Like the stadium was rocking. I don't think I ever sat down really too much
Yeah,
throughout the game, man. It was crazy, bro.
dude. My wife, she always gives me hell for it because if we live a few hours away, so it's hard. We try to get to one or two games a year. But I'll be sitting in the living room watching TV, and I'll just be up pacing. Like I can't sit. Like
Tough.
I can't do it. Like maybe commercials I'll sit, but normally during commercials I'm going up and getting like, she always makes snacks and, you know, different types of dips and stuff. So I'll always be going getting them some meatballs or something. And
Oh, for sure.
I'm like, man, I just can't, I can't sit. I get too
Hey,
hyped.
man, sometimes our games be too hard to sit down and watch the whole time sitting down, man. It's
You get too anxious, man.
yeah.
That's one thing I wanted to touch on. During the game, I really didn't feel too nervous at all. The start of the game, you know, we went out and we scored and we played with that lead. They came and kind of punched us back, and they got their next touchdown, but we scored again. I was just like, man, I was like, this is going to be a fun game. And then everyone kind of settled in. Both defenses kind of settled in a little bit, and didn't really score a whole lot after. But I felt like the whole time we controlled the game. We controlled the clock. I felt like Joe Mixon ran the ball a lot more efficient than what his numbers were showing, which was weird. Was there anything that really stood out to you between like maybe?
I walked in, man. I walked in expecting a shootout. And the first drive, when we scored the first drive, I looked at my buddy and I said, this is exactly what it was, you know, exactly what was going to happen last year, you know, when the game got ended, unfortunately. And I told him, you know, this is like the night that's kind of not a playoff game. So it's like, this is kind of us finishing what we started. But I was like, it's going to be a shootout. And then, you know, we score, and then Josh comes down and scores and gets the taunting penalty. And as soon as he got that, you could feel the atmosphere change, bro. And it was like, yeah, they're gonna be on his top. They're not gonna let him. He's not going. Yeah. So you could kind of in the stadium when that happened, it was like you could kind of feel the atmosphere change, and it was like, okay, now it's real personal. Like, you know, so defense stepped up, did what they had to do. So.
Yeah, it's weird how you can feel that when you're there. You can feel that shift. It's something in the air. It's just electric. But yeah, that game last year, it was crazy, dude. Was you there?
Last year at the Buffalo game? No, I was at home at the game last year.
Yeah, dude. While I was there, it was just walking into that stadium, dude. It was wild. And like you said, I thought it was going to be a shootout. We were going to kind of take over that game. And, you know, DeMar Hamlin, unfortunately, that happened. But it was super cool. And I'm sure that was really good for his healing process, too, just mentally being there. I don't know if you've seen the clip, but he went and he was at kind of like the spot where the injury happened. He spent some time after the game just kind of taking it in. So I think that was probably good for his mental, you know. But
100%.
Right on. Did you think that deep ball to Jamar? Did you think that was 6 right there?
100%, bro.
Dude, 100%. Joe was just a little late on it. I don't know what happened, but he had him, man. He had him beat. He cooked him.
You could feel like it was like the breath got taken out of the stadium.
Yeah.
When the ball was in the air, you know, and then it was just kind of like man, like it would have, if he would have got it, bro, it would have went crazy. It would have definitely went crazy in there.
I bet it would have been an explosion up in Paul Brown Stadium or Paycor Stadium.
Because they was loud, man. Like it was loud in there, bro. Like it was to the point where it makes your ears feel, you know, like it's a completely different feeling, man. Like I don't know, it was crazy and there was rocking. I loved it,
dude. I absolutely love that. I hate that feeling in my ears. My ears are all messed up and tore up, but yeah, I get that cloudy feeling up in there. They just get all fogged up, get a little ringing. But I'll deal with that for the fun in the stadium there, dude. Let's see here. What next week against Houston? Is there any? I mean, Houston's been playing pretty good, but I don't really feel like there's any threats on their team that really scare me. Is there anybody on there like Nico Collins, anyone that you can think of that you're just like, all right, this dude could burn us? Because I can't really think of anybody.
is I don't want to downplay them or look past them, but it's not one of the games that I'm worried about. It's not one of the ones where I go in thinking like, there's a chance that we might not win. For me, it's more or less of how efficient are we going to be, and are we going to beat ourselves? That's the only. The way we're playing right now, man. I don't think that there's a lot of teams in the NFL that could beat us without us beating ourselves. So,
Dude.
yeah. So I think you got a great rookie receiver over there in that organization, and I mean he's shown what he can do this year. Quarterback shown what he can do this year when given the chance, but I don't think I was talking to someone last night about his on a podcast last night about his stats when he's pressured, and someone, I don't know who it was, someone maybe that has their own podcast. I don't know if they're in the organization or not, but he said that we don't have any elite pass rushers.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's not something that you want to say, because I mean, when you got 91 over there, you got 94, 92, 98, like those guys, man, like, so especially for him saying that. And then isn't that where Reader come from? Didn't he come from the Texas? So it's like, he's one of your own, man. You should know he's a dog, so it's just stuff like that, bro. You gotta leave that stuff unsaid, man, because you don't want to get these guys on that line no extra motivation, because it gets bad.
I feel you, because I think Trey's like top 3 right now in sacks, and his pressure percentage is there too. So how are you gonna say that? Like, that's just I commented on someone's post that posted. I was like, what a lazy take. Like, I don't know. I'm not really sure who that guy is either. But if this dude gets paid to do this, bro, like, what are you doing, man?
Get him out of there, bro.
Yeah, he was Trey. I don't think our defense or anybody needs any extra motivation. But Jeezy Pete's, man, if you get Trey any more motivation, this dude's gonna hurt somebody. Like, this guy he's wild, man. I love Trey. Speaking about the defense, we got GP Money. That dude, that fumble. Did you guys in the stadium, did you instantly think that was a fumble, or was that something?
No, like I seen him flip, and I didn't even realize until I think maybe the next day I seen a clip on Twitter. I didn't even know that Pratt had punched the ball out.
Okay.
I thought he just lost it, but at first I seen him go up in the air, and it's like one of those things that happen in slow motion. Like, you see it in real time, but it's like everything slows down. Yeah. And I seen him flip, and I didn't even see the ball come out, because where I was, they were coming toward us. I was in the end zone I was in like 154, 20. Okay. I think I was like 25 back. So they were coming toward us. So I just seen him flip, but where he dropped it, it was behind him. Mm-hmm. So like I seen him, and then I seen everybody shuffling around at their feet. And I'm like, oh man, like, the ball's out, bro. Like, go get it. It was crazy, man. Like, especially because you're thinking, like, in that situation, you're telling yourself, like, okay, let's get away with 3 here. At least let's get 3. Let them get 3 and get out of there. And bend don't break. And we bended a little bit, but we didn't break it all, man. We fought back and stopped him right at the goal line. So it was good to see. Plays like that, man, are good to see. That's why he's in my songs, man. Him and Logan's always referred to as the turnover twins, man. Because them guys, man, they're so underrated, bro.
That's for real. That's my favorite verse, I think. That little, the turnover twins, because how many years did we go just wanting good linebacker play? Like, it was just like we had Tez, and then things just kind of dropped off, and now we got these 2 dudes locked up. In I was ecstatic, because I think a lot of people didn't think Pratt was going to come back.
No, especially like I think a lot of people thought he was going to leave, especially after the Osai thing last year, and how he kind of left the field, and the stuff that he was saying in the locker room on the way out. But I mean, man, I've always liked Jermaine, and I feel like he had problems with he voiced some issues he had with not being in there on 3rd down last year a lot. And I mean, he's right though, man. At the end of the day, like, he's a playmaker, bro. And when you need people to step up and make plays, every Sunday he's going to be one of them guys to do it for you. So he needs to be out there as much as possible.
For sure. Speaking of turnovers, Cam Taylor-Britt, and so you kind of hit on that a little bit ago too. So CTB baits base Josh Allen and gets that interception. And I don't know where the ball, let's just say it was on like the 32 or something. And then we pick up, I forget who caught it. Somebody caught it over the middle. It might have been one of the tight ends, but it doesn't matter. But we picked up around 8 yards, and then we just kept going backwards and backwards and backwards. And I've seen a lot of Bills fans on Twitter, dude. They like, oh, the Bengals got away with a lot of penalties and things didn't fall our way. But I'm like, dude, like it is what it is. Like the referees, I hate when you put the game in the refs' hands. We've seen it as Bengals fans time and time again where look back and just like, dude, how are you going to call that? How are you going to call this and not this? And it gets frustrating. But that was one that I was really thinking of was how we didn't get any points on the board on that interception. I feel like that stadium had to have erupted when that play happened, when that interception happened, and then we pick up 8 yards and then just started going backwards.
Yeah, it's one of the things, man. You always want to get points off turnovers because it does feel like we left a lot of points out there. It seemed like we were in a lot of positions to go up 21, and maybe even more at times. But I mean, we're still getting the swing of things. The best thing about it is, when the best thing about this team altogether is when the offense isn't doing what they need to do, the defense has stepped up every time. So I mean, it's great to have that. And I think we got a top 3 defense, if not the best defense in the league, because we're just so stacked at every position. And it's just like I said, man, it's next man up always, and they keep doing it. So,
dude, having Lou and everybody talking about Lou being taken for a head coach, it's like, man, I want him to have his day and get his flowers.
It's like, stay away from my guy, man.
Dude, I don't want to say goodbye to this dude because look at like I can remember when we got Lou, he was kind of like just this kind of an afterthought, I think, for most of us fans. It was like, man, like, dude hasn't been that, anything crazy in the league. In that first year he came out, didn't look great. We didn't have his guys in there. Who was it that was fighting with him on the sideline? Carlos Dunlap. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Right before he got traded.
Yeah, I used to love Carlos, man. Like watching him, I loved Carlos, bro. But the way he went out, man, I lost a lot of respect for him when he went out. But man, I Lou's been a blessing, man. Like just as much as I'm thankful for, Zach, Burrow, Chase, Higgins, I'm just as grateful, if not more grateful, for Lou, because the way that he, like, it's just like, it's almost like his mind, dude, is like, and having him, I seen something earlier that said him and Joe Burrow feed off each other a lot and they help each other out. And to have like those two minds on your team, you don't really, you don't have that a lot, like even with like Belichick and Brady, that's your head coach. That's not one of your coordinators that's like that. Like, and Lou could easily be a head coach on almost any of the 32 teams in the league, but we might want to clip that out so nobody hears it. I don't want them to come try to take him, man.
Dude, I know, man. He's just the defensive backs. You see how much they've really matured. Like Cam Taylor-Britt, like how many times when we had the old regime in there where first year players, they didn't really play, they sat back, and which was great and all, but at the same time, it wasn't like we had a team that was really, we had good teams that should have been Super Bowl caliber teams, I think. And it just things didn't play good under the lights, and that's what all the dudes say. When the lights are shining, we shine brighter. And I'm like, dude, I love that, because how many times do we have games where we're like, man, this is a big game, want these guys to play good, but you get a little nervous because it's a big primetime game, and then we just didn't perform. And I don't know if it just is the players or the coaches that we had, or really what happened there. but that was always weird. But now having these guys in there and that's coaching staff, and you see them adapt, like just seeing actual changes through the game is impressive, and I like seeing it, dude. I really do.
Oh yeah, to have a first half where you're having issues with an offense or something like that, the way the Lou makes adjustments is nuts, man. Like it's the whole team. And then I mean, speaking on Cam, I think Cam started this year and is really showing people like he's ready to be one of those lockdown safeties in the league. And I think that you know especially with Cheeto not being all the way right. I think he's stepped up in a big way, and I think when Awuzie gets back to full health, and I think it's dangerous out there, man. It's dangerous
Yeah.
to throw on us, bro.
Yep. And we got Mike Hilton like 2 weeks ago against the 49ers, man. Mike Hilton, he had himself a game. And then Juan Drago, we got the rookie this year, like another second round pick. And DJ Turner I think he's played some really good football for us and stepped up in a big way. Because a lot of people didn't like Eli Apple, and I don't know what your stance was on Eli. But, dude, I feel like he completely outperformed his salary and what we expected out of him. And, I mean, that's just Lou. Lou brought this dude's career back over, and so I think it just shows, man, just having these right coaches, having these right players. The only gripe that I have about this previous game, and I don't know if you felt this way, was kind of closing it out. Like the end of the game, it kind of came around and we burned all our timeouts, and then we didn't. There was a couple of times I felt like we could put that dagger in them where we was that anything you felt like in the stadium? Did it feel like, man, like these guys, they got a chance to come back, or was it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Anytime that anytime you have those turnovers, and you don't capitalize, it's tough. But it's like I said, man, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's kind of a double-edged sword because you know what you're capable of. You just got to go do it. Like this is the offense out of any offense in the NFL out of 32 teams. If you need a score, that you're going to pick ours. And it's just because you have such a variety of weapons. You don't have to say, okay, cool, it's just going to be Chase that can score for us. We got 5 receivers on our team, and our 1 to 5 receivers could start anywhere in the league almost.
Yeah.
And I believe that. And it's like you can't keep leaving points out on the board. I know that the offense is getting a lot better, and they're going to keep getting better. They're going to keep getting better every game. And it's just like I said, if the defense can keep doing what they're doing and playing at the level that they're playing, and then the offense finally, brings it 100% together. Because I personally, I feel like we're 80 to 90.
Yeah.
But I feel like once we really start clicking, and to where it's like when Joe throws that ball up, there's no way that it's not getting the Chase or it's not over going Chase. It's things like that. And then like you said, man, it's there was a couple times I think there was a time where we went on forward on 4th down when I didn't expect us to. And
when Chase caught it, we did go forward on 4th down once.
And he caught it on the right side, I think. Like a comeback route, like a slant or something.
Yep. And Jamar picked it up for probably like 8 yards or something. It might have been like a 4th and a few. But
and it's like that, man. Just trusting them and letting them play. Like Burrow hasn't been healthy, wasn't healthy in the offseason. So people think getting back it's just Burrow getting used to it again, but it's those receivers having to get used to it again too. Tight ends have to get used to it again. And because I feel like when you're playing with Joe Burrow or a guy his caliber, you don't necessarily have to do as much as say you would have to as if you were playing with a backup. So it is some adjusting, when you've been playing with a backup and then now your guys in there or he's not full potential, So I think once everything comes together, man, and I think this week against Houston, I think this is the week. And even though I don't Chase practice today, right?
He was limited. So Jamar was limited. T did not practice, so
Yeah.
I just seen he's labeled week to week right now.
Yeah. So I mean, even with that, like I said, man, it's next man up. Like even like I said in the new song, like imagine having Trent and Irwin as your fourth,
Right?
As your fourth string. So it's like it's crazy, man. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
When we need Ti to pick, just when we need him to come in, he always produces, which is amazing. And it could just be the pressure is kind of off of him. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, go out there and do what you got to do. But to do it is another thing. So
Week in
he
and
comes
week out
out,
at that.
produces. We got the two rookies. Charlie Jones, he's coming back this week, I believe. So that'll be interesting seeing him in the mix if they use him a lot. But if Jamar and T's out, dude, that could be a hefty load for the kid coming back off of IR. And then Yossi Vosh, like that dude, he's a big boy. He's athletic. He's overperformed from where he was drafted at. And the Bengals have always been really good at getting receivers. So like it's pretty impressive, the weapons we have, but it does show how much Joe means to this organization, this team. Oh, you got the little girl up here.
Yeah, my daughter's here with me, man. Say hi.
Hey, what's up, girl?
Well,
But
yeah, for
I
sure,
won't keep
man.
you too long.
Are you good, bro? You good? We can go. We good.
All right, sweet. But yet, like we said, Ti, dude, he could be in for a workload this week. Do you play fantasy football?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I got Jamar in one league and I got T in another league. It's just I was waiting for T just this contract year to really ball out for me. I thought he was going to be a steal. Hopefully he gets right, gets healthy. We all know what T can do. And I don't want T to leave, but for the team in general, numbers might not make sense, So if he leaves, he leaves. But I'd love to see him get a good year and get the most for him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think with T, man, I think everyone would love to keep T. I'd love to keep T. I don't want to see T go nowhere. But because it's one of those things where it's I know I can trust him at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. He had a great game Sunday night, and I think I've been waiting for him to have that type of game because I think in the beginning he had a couple good games in the beginning this year, but he was dealing with that rib injury. So I think it was a rib, something like that. Something of the torso. Yeah. So I knew that once he fully gets back from that, I knew he would be good, and so it was good to see him have that game that we've been wanting, and then we know that T can do. And that's another thing, bro. Like, you know how it is when he catches a ball in the stadium and everybody yells T. Like, dude, it gets so loud in there, bro. Like, you can see the love that the city has for him, man. So hopefully he sees that week in and week out and takes a pay cut.
Dude, it'd be amazing to be able to keep this crew together as long as we can. But I got a hypothetical for you. So this offseason, it rolls around. We got DJ Reader coming up. And then we got Jonah Williams. Now, if we could use that money for Jonah and DJ Reader, who would you rather have, those two or T?
All right, so I might get scolded for this. I don't know, but bro, at the beginning of the year, I'm coming around to him now. But at the beginning of the year, bro, I'm sure you could find 70 tweets on my Twitter of saying ship Jonah Williams out of town. Like,
yeah.
And it was, like
I agree, Darth.
And I think the picture that Myles Garrett has standing over Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
I will forever blame Jonah Williams for that picture.
Yeah,
but to me, it's more or less of like just kind of the off season, kind of the banter about not knowing if he's going to start or not. But over the last 2-3 games, I've really seen him coming around, and it's starting to look good, man. So he's looking like that player that we hoped he would be when we drafted him before he got injured that year. So I'm hoping that, if he can, amazing, but I don't know, man. It's tough because it's tough to decide on them two and T. I love DJ too. But it's almost as if I don't know, man. I'd probably have to go T. I'd probably try to keep T.
Yeah, dude. I'm torn. I don't think you can go wrong either way because Jamar showed he is a true number one. And T last year when Jamar was out them 4 games, the whole team stepped up and really played. This year, Jamar's been kind of that I'd say the MVP of the offense right now. Like
Oh yeah.
he's that dude. You get the ball in his hands, so. I don't know how much of a difference it would be, but I just don't want to see the offensive line go backwards again. And we haven't drafted O-line super good. So it's like, okay, where are we going to spend the money and get O-line? You giving me a thumbs down? You're giving me a thumbs down. You want to keep T2, don't you?
You getting clickbait now, bro. You got lucky, man. You the first podcast you've been on, bro. She ain't been on any other ones, man. You got lucky. You gonna get some clicks after this, buddy.
Heck yeah. My daughter, man. Sometimes she'll come up and I'll be like talking. She'll sit with me and stuff, and I'll be like, all right, Harper, say who day for me, and she'll whisper it. She always does. I don't know why she does it, but she does it real soft. She'll say who day, and I'll be like, Harper, come on, say it loud. I think she likes when I yell at and tell her to say it loud.
Oh yeah.
And then she's like, who day?
You want to yell who day? No.
Not feeling it. Oh, it's getting late for her. But yeah, man, we covered a lot of stuff, dude. I'll let you go and spend some quality time with the girl. I know
Thanks,
you're still in the office, bro. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on. You want to plug your stuff? I know you got the music video you're going to film. So if you want to let the folks know that and get the word out there for everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Sunday, the 12th, 10 a.m., we're going to be at Lot 1 outside of Paycor, shooting a video for They Still Got to Play Us. So be pretty cool, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of free food, free drinks, a lot of great energy around. We're going to have a blast. So we're going to show up and show out, man. Have fun. So if you're listening, make sure you show up. Darth, I see you comment, and make sure you're in full costume, bro. I told you earlier I need you in full costume, man. So show up in full costume. You want to give him a thumbs up now? Come on, give him a thumbs up with me. Come on, don't do that to him. Give him a thumbs up.
Oh, she's being stubborn.
Oh. She ain't even do it for no candy, bro. She tired, man. It's past her bedtime, bro. Her bedtime's 8, so she's up late right now, ain't she? Now you gotta be grounded. Now, you don't like that, huh? Now I gotta ground you. You up late.
My girl, man, she's a night owl, bro.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, man. It's been a blessing. I've had a blast, bro. So if you ever need me back, man, just let me know. More than glad to come say what's up for you.
Yeah, dude, come on whenever you want. Like I said, I can chop up talking football and the Bengals all day long. So
yeah,
whenever you're free and you want to come on, you're always welcome, bro. Keep doing the good stuff. Love your work and enjoy the game. And what are you going? You said you're going to be in Lot 1. Are you going to be hanging around like the Bomb Squad, Bengals and Brews area? Is that?
Yeah. We're gonna be around all those guys, man. We're gonna be. I think Bomb Squad's right beside where we're gonna be. We're gonna be at Cincy James and Strawberry and them tailgate right there in that area, right in the middle. So if you're around that area, come see us. Anybody could be in the video. I promise you, I'm the least. Probably the least. I'll say I'm shy, but like a lot of people are confused a lot of people have been confused because I'm asking for their pictures when I notice people from Twitter. So they're like, I should be asking for yours, but that's just not how I am, man. So if you see me out there, come say what's up. I'm probably going to ask for your picture if you say what's up to me. So I like having that type of stuff, for memories and stuff like that. So come see me, say what's up, and we'll have fun. You going to wait by?
Yeah. Well, once again, man, thanks for joining the show. Hopefully we can link up one of these days at a game.
Yeah.
And yeah, welcome back whenever, brother.
All right, bro. Thank you so much, man. Thanks
Yeah.
for having us.
All right, guys. That's YB
All
ASOD.
right, see you. All right.
He's got some awesome stuff that he's put out. If you haven't heard his song, make sure you look him up. It's They Still Gotta Play Us. That's the new one out. So Who Day, everybody. Thanks for joining. Darth, Cincy James, thanks for commenting and hanging around us. So Who Day, everybody. Have a good one.